Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Dave Witcher. I'm the Director of Economic Development for Mesquite, and I'm happy to present our fourth quarter statistics for October, November, and December, and also announcements to date. And with that, I'll get started. This is a photo of our groundbreaking for Urban District 30. It was a $71 million project that'll cover about 90 acres, and we'll have some additional information, but groundbreaking was held in January. Like anything, we made the news in a big positive fashion. Part of that is we were in D Magazine, Dallas Morning News, and Dallas Business Journal. The big project for us, again, was Urban District 30. We made the press in several different ways, which is a really wonderful thing. And in my business, you always want good positive media, and we certainly got that from this project. Additionally, we were mentioned, another project was Dalphin Industrial, which was here at Kearney and 352, and so that project was also featured in the Dallas Business Journal. At a glance, what's going on? We had our annual NACCAR show this fall, and we had approximately 50 prospects. Additionally, we did our Scalert workshop or business boot camp that had 6 small businesses show up. We had BRE holiday baskets to our largest 25 companies. Also, we had our Texas Downtown Association Awards. I have to point out that our downtown manager, Beverly Abel, was in possession of the Spirit of Downtown Award and also the Best Economic Game Changer. So both awards were done during this period of time. Additionally, we've had a really strong meeting component with about 173 meetings. We've had several site tours, phone contacts, and we are very strong in our 380 agreements. As far as business retention and expansion, we had Manufacturing Day here in October. We had about 65 participants. That was a collaborative effort between Eastfield College and Mesquite ISD, which were the lead and obviously City of Mesquite BRE program. We had Entrepreneurs Day. They had more than 100 attendees. Additionally, we've had BRE tours, and we've had over 50 site visits during the holiday season. We have a quarterly newsletter. It's just one page showing highlights. Additionally, we have visits through the Chamber of BRE program, or we do different award programs here in January, which I'll have a different slide on. Additionally, we've done an online survey, and so that's been highly successful, and it gives a lot of business feedback from companies here in the Mesquite market. City of Mesquite, as far as just data, I will point out for residential permits, for the fourth quarter, you're going, well, what's going on? There's only 3 permits here. Well, actually, you're kind of in between housing developments. If you look at what we've done for the permitting, as far as just, I might have jumped the slide here. If you've looked at what we've done for Hagen Hill Phase 1 and 2, those are complete, and Phase 2 is not online yet, so that's part of the count. And additionally, Ridge Ranch will follow up. And so if you look at our annual count, we're very strong, which is 63, but I just want to point that out to Council. Additionally, you'll see that new home permits on the lower left-hand side are about 269,000, and that reflects that we see a lot of infill development here in Mesquite, smaller homes, homes that just size-wise and market-wise are not as expensive as you might see with new home development, but nevertheless important to the count, so that's why there's a little variation with that. As far as just permit value, overall 2019 still remains strong. On the economic development data for as far as permit remodels, you're seeing the trend really remain solid. We have 3 years looking back on 2017, 18, and 19, so you're seeing a lot of business permits being commercial spaces being remodeled, and so that's remained consistent. And the same thing as far as just new permits, our market count still remains trending very solid. As far as just the valuation of that, I think you see a little bit of dip in the fourth quarter of 2019, and that might be to the fact of just kind of the volume and the size of permits coming online. Additionally, if you look at the new permit valuation for fourth quarter, you'll see about $73 million, and you have to understand that part of that includes MISD buildings and projects like that, so that's actually brought up the value of those overall quarterly permits, and then you can see that kind of year into date for 2019, $165 million. As far as local sales tax, it remains really strong. Depending on the numbers, you look at 8% for 2019, so it shows that as far as trending in sales tax, we're actually ahead of the previous years. As far as just new job creation, that's still trending. We're at about 200 jobs for 2019, and to the year, we're about 882. Additionally, on square footage for the fourth quarter, you'll see a high number, and that includes part of the commercial expansions that we've seen. And overall, we are pretty much tracking at a very solid year of 908,000 square feet. As far as the certificates of occupancy fourth quarter, you see that trend still remains solid at 68. And as far as our occupancy, it's 267. So again, that trend remains pretty solid. So you're really looking at the last 3 years of really a strong economy, and so those things have come into play. And so as you understand, real estate's kind of a long-term thing, and so you see the trends are really, really solid here over the fourth quarter. Economic development wouldn't be complete without ribbon cuttings. So we've had like big lots, Cheyenne Medical Lodge, Republic Finance, J Knight Photography, and of course we can't leave out Sprouts. And so as some of you were able to attend Sprouts on a March 4th morning, we had a very good crowd. If you look at the lower slide, you'll see that people were lined up out front on this date in the rain, ready to go shop at Sprouts. It's my understanding from the management that Sprouts has been doing very good. And again, you see the ribbon cutting photo here, interior. And so for 7 o'clock in the morning, that's a pretty amazing thing. As far as our promotion, investment, and new and existing businesses, obviously the big one is Urban District 30 with nearly 1 million square feet, but 20% of that, or nearly 180,000 square feet, will be office space. This will be a Class A industrial building. This will be a total of 5 buildings overall. The big thing, too, especially in this day and time, is this will be a job creator. This will be a job engine with estimation of 500 to 1,000 jobs coming online. And so this is going to be a real game changer for here in Mesquite. And we've already really had very positive feedback. Even when we attended the NACCAR show, we haven't had the announcement. We had a lot of brokers came up, and this is really helping kind of confirm Mesquite's position here in the Metroplex. I know we don't think a lot about warehouse distribution, warehouse tech space, but Urban District 30 is really a game changer for that. With that, I would like to show you a quick video of kind of the presentation we had here for Urban District 30, and I'll just let the video kind of speak for itself. It's very short. It's about 2 minutes long.
A few short months from now, behind me will be one of 5 buildings that will ultimately comprise Urban District 30. Totaling nearly 1 million square feet, it will be a one-of-a-kind business park and home to the businesses that support our economy and make America great. Mesquite has been an incredibly pro-business, pro-growth municipality. I've had the good fortune of developing all over the state of Texas, and I've said this numerous times, and each time I can tell you that it's sincere. Mesquite has been the best municipality that I've ever had the privilege and honor of working in.
Today is a benchmark moment in the history of Mesquite. Because this massive and innovative industrial project shines a spotlight on our city. It illuminates the fact that companies want to come to the city of Mesquite.
This will be Mesquite's largest speculative industrial park in a decade. This project will be a true game changer for Mesquite. It will provide jobs, capital investments, new business addresses for future companies to locate here in Mesquite.
We're kicking off this decade with what we hope is a great legacy right here at Urban District 30. And you know, legacies have the potential to really matter. When people reflect back, we hope today is a day that matters in reshaping the future of Mesquite.
And I want to thank our communication department for helping putting this together. They've done a really good job, and we've really had a lot of play off this video. As far as promotion of investment in new and existing buildings, one of the probably the expansions we'll talk about is the Prologis building there at 5181 Samuel Boulevard. That's the first tenant in there is called Tube Light, which is a Mesquite company. They've occupied about half the building. I think the building's about 250,000 square feet. The other half is available, but there's several tenants looking in to occupy that space. Addition, I think we've all seen the I-30 Physician Specialty Center. It's taken them a while to kind of build it, but you know, I've had a chance to walk through there here in the past few weeks, and it's really a nice building. It's really focused on medical office, and because of that, it has a higher rent level, but also it's giving professional medical people a place to come and look and locate their businesses. And so that's something that is new to Mesquite, but the owners feel very confident that this will be a success for them, and they're looking down the road for other opportunities. We have a diagnostics image center there, precision vascular, and a dermatology clinic also. Additionally, on the lower slide, you'll see we have a picture of Tube Light there in the Prologis building. Like anything, though, my job is to promote investment for new existing businesses. And we mentioned Dalphin earlier. This will be about 543,000 square feet. You can see the rendering of that. The project is actually under construction right now. They've cleared it, and they have, I guess they're looking to go vertical here very quickly. Additionally, you can kind of see the right side. You'll see a projected rendering of that location. Another one will be Connor Commercial. That will be at where I-30 and Highway 80 split here at the Gateway Mesquite. That's under construction right there. I passed by there this morning, and you can see construction crews out there. They're clearing land, and that'll be about nearly 200,000 square feet. That'll actually take one of the last locations we have in our Skyline Business Park, but I think it shows how robust the market is in the economy, and so that is underway too. Long-term economic development land use plan for the town east area. Like a lot of things we're looking as far as just reuse and redevelopments. We all know about the Sprouts Farmers Market. Additionally, we've seen Blue Cross Blue Shield with Santanis and Canales Furniture have all gone into the town east area. This is part of the development that you see is that when the value proposition is there enough, you'll see that we can reuse locations or redevelop those locations to offer new businesses. We can't forget the dirt moving here on Project Stallion, and they, I think, have just completed the access road to there. Like anything, though, I think we have to look towards our town east mall. Right now, they're 97% leased out. They have a new shop replacing Charming Charlie called Versona, if I'm telling that right, Kimberly. And so that's going to be another shoe place. And Foot Locker is going to have a new concept called Power Store, which is going to be about 27,000 square feet, and will combine different elements of footwear and shopping and experiences, and it'll be something very unique, and I think very welcome there for the Town East Mall. Like anything, though, we can't forget our downtown. And so part of downtown with our manager, Beverly Abel, it's really nice to work with an award-winning staff member, so, I always appreciate all her hard work. We had the state of Texas come with our downtown tech visits. They had state staff here for nearly over 2 days, doing some training and doing multiple site visits for downtown. The biggest thing I think council likes to know about as far as the facade renderings, right now we have 5 facades or 5 renderings in the state as far as starting that initial process to look at design and to look at elements. And of those, 1 is under construction, and you can see the before and after with Metzger Awards there at 105 West Main Street. Additionally, we should have other facades coming here shortly, and we anticipate that happening here in the second quarter. Like anything for downtowns, is you have to still real estate, and so they're going to have a new place to do this. This is unique to architectural, or this is unique to economic development for downtown. This is the State of Texas website, and so this will be the show real estate just for downtown Mesquite, and so this will be something that will be online here in May. And also you can see the Texas Main Street designers going through our property owners, and then also Beverly's volunteer training. Other things we have going on for downtown is Front Street. Right now, Front Street's about 30% complete. Like anything downtown, that sometimes you have heavy equipment and there's old pipes and stuff that they run over, but that's just part of the renovation of why we need these changes. Additionally, Beverly is working with 5 business prospects. They're all food related, and one of the things that she's just trying to work with is the available property, and that's kind of become a critical thing as properties become available, have the tenants available to move in. Additionally, we have 4 candidate businesses that are going through our small business development center through Mr. Mr. Bento. And so that's a hallmark of what we have, is that to make sure that they go through the small business development training or SBDC training before they operate or open the business up or get into the different programs. Additionally, downtown is looking at property sales. It's something I can't say right now, or Beverly would not be happy with me, but I will say that those things are ongoing. And like anything, we have volunteer training and staff through the Main Street program and through the 4 tenets of downtown. And don't forget our website here that will launch here in May. Other thing I would just want to show council is that this is going to be our BRE partnership calendar. You see a lot of events here in May, September, October through the year. You'll see the leads of it's CVB, Economic Development, Eastfield College, Workforce Solutions. The one caveat I will change is we're in an ever-changing world with coronavirus. Some of these things may get postponed, but nevertheless, when we put this together, the world was looking at all these events to happen. Recently, we had the Chamber of Commerce banquet, and I just want to note that we honored Pepsi, or Pepsi Company, or PepsiCo, Mesquite Barbecue, Elements, and other businesses. And so these are just some of the businesses that are recognized here in the community through the efforts of the City of Mesquite and the Mesquite Chamber of Commerce. People always ask about numbers and communications. Well, our website's up and active, so we've gone from nearly 600 to 2,000 hits, and so we're slowly gaining a readership and a following, if you want to call that. I think Beverly has a bigger following than that, but I think we're trying to get there. With that, I'm happy to entertain any questions. I've tried to do this just concisely, and would be happy to entertain questions at this time.
Council, any questions? Comments?
I do have a comment, Mayor.
Councilman Alomon.
I just want to say congratulations on these wins. It's exciting to hear about this and seeing the changes that are taking place, the District Urban 30, the job creation that you're talking about, the awards that are coming to downtown Mesquite. You had a lot to share. That's because a lot of things are going on. The work that's being done on that front street behind that downtown area that's going to be done pretty soon. The way the corridor is changing out there on I-30. And I just want to say I'm looking forward to I-20 too, Trinity Point and the future of that and what's going to be happening out there. And just when you can, I would like to see a number on those residential permits, the one that you had 3, and you mentioned Hagen Hills and Ridge Ranch, and just to get a number and a feel for how they're doing out there. I know you said phase 1 and 2 is done out there in Hagen Hills, and of course Ridge Ranch, I'm thinking they're still in phase 1, right? and still moving in phase one. So just to be able to see a number of how things are moving along out there with those homes and the increase of those residential permits that are going on out there. But thank you for your work, for your presentation. Congratulations to you, to your staff. Beverly Abel, keep it up, keep moving, keep going. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you, Councilman. As far as the new home permits, happy to do that. I actually checked with our planning director, Jeff, before I came on, and we're just kind of in between projects more than anything. We've been very robust to this point, and a lot of those have been built out or the permits have been pulled, and the other developments are coming online, but not to the point of we're showing new home permits, but we'd be happy to show you those numbers.
And thank you, Councilman. Good comments. David, I know things have been fast and furious the last few days, and there probably hasn't been a lot of opportunity to talk about post-coronavirus. However, we know that there will be some local businesses that will have more difficulty than others in getting back on track again. I'm concerned that some may have a hard time getting back open again, just depending on how things go. If y'all haven't already, I would sure be grateful if y'all could look at having some scenarios and be prepared to offer some helpful advice and input for those who may need some help getting back on their feet again here, hopefully, God willing, fairly soon.
Mayor, I hear those words, and those really resonate, and it changes so much even from last week to this week. I'm like a lot of people, I'm reading the headlines. We're seeing a changing environment. I think small businesses are impacted quite fast and they're really critical to our market. Part of what my job is that I'm kind of looking to see what state, local, federal legislation might be. Also kind of reach out to our SBA partners too, because they're going to be kind of the conduits, and also kind of ask as far as just long-term planning and things. And so those are things that we're very aware of and putting in place. The other thing though is that these are kind of uncharted territories, and so because of that, we're as an office will adapt as we see. This was an incredible quarter, and like anything though, it changes, and so we'll pivot with that too.
Yeah, I could foresee some of our local business owners, having some need for assistance with, how do I call the SBA, or how do I navigate through this or that? So anything that we can do to help those folks get back on their feet would be very important.
We'll certainly track that, Mayor.
Thank you so much. Council, any other questions for Mr. Witcher?
All right. Thank you.
Great presentation.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, Council.